Boop boop doop.
Oh,
I actually saw a little bit of this. You were watching one time before this.
yeah.
So I saw a little bit of this.
No, but you don't live here, right?
Huh? Well, I haven't lived here for a while.
All right. Well, unfortunately, you have warrants for your arrest. I need you to turn around, put your hands behind your back.
For what? What am I warrants for?
Turn around. They're for local warrants.
No, I don't have any warrants. I want you to tell me what they're for.
Turn around and put your hands behind your back.
That's already druggy behavior.
Oh, yeah.
You deciding, okay, I'm going to go quietly, but then you're like, oh, wait a minute, what is this for? And then immediately change your mind and become belligerent. That is definitely druggy behavior.
What they're for.
Taser. Turn around.
Tase me if you want to.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back.
Turn around. Get out of my house.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back.
Get out of my house.
What? Hold on. Didn't he just say that this isn't his house?
It used to be his house, yes.
It used to be his house.
Yes, that
but
was his exact
no
word.
longer his house.
Yes. Also, I just want to point out how calmly the cop just said taser. Like, he's done this before.
Yeah, I can just imagine his face just like...
Here we go again.
Taser.
You're going to get tasered.
No. You're going to kill me.
5-1, step it up. We need backup.
Oh my god, he is definitely...
Oh my god!
Fucking John Cena over here, holy shit.
Dude, the cop had waited his entire fucking life for that moment, and it is beautiful.
Yeah, hold on, he's just...
Yes, we gotta see that again.
Oh my god!
I love it so much!
Holy shit. That is incredible.
I want to shake that man's hand.
Another one. Another one.
It's so twisted, too.
Another one. Another one. Another one.
W officer.
Oh
Holy
my
shit.
god. I don't
It's
think
more
that
funny the 10th time.
I don't think that clip will ever get old.
That was pretty good. That was like something from a horror movie at first, because he's like reaching for the second cop and he's like tasing him and he's still not stopping, and then the dude just pulls him back down to earth, literally. Holy shit.
I just want to point out the first time he got tased, he tried to swing and failed miserably.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I actually heard that guy tried to sue the cop.
Police officers responded to a house where a man identified as whatever was reportedly inside without the homeowner's permission. Officers attempted to detain him on active warrants, but things turned full WWE. The dude asked what the warrants were for and refused to be detained by officers. Officers can be heard multiple times warning that they were going to taser him. He was booked for breaking and entering, resisting arrest, and for his outstanding warrants.
Can we see it one more time before we go to the next one? Please.
All right, one more time.
Thank you. The scream, too.
Nah, that dude's on something.
Yeah, concussion.
Yeah.
But yeah, I heard that the guy tried to sue the cop that did the body slam.
Mhm.
The judge took one look at the body cam and was like,
No.
no.
Get the fuck out of my courtroom. All right.
In June
No, I don't think even it
2023,
went to
an
like an
officer-
actual courtroom.
Oh.
I think like literally it was, I want to press charges for police brutality. Okay, show me your evidence. Well, technically you guys have the evidence. Okay, get me the evidence. And then they bring it to the judge, takes one look at it and goes, nope. And honestly, I imagine him having the same reaction we did.
Alex says that was a cocaine roar, not gonna lie.
I fell in love with my psychiatrist, and he knew, and he kept me until I had the strength to leave after 4 years. Here it is, part 1. I booked a 90-minute intake, and I show up to the intake, and this man is my age, and I can't help but notice that he's pretty attractive, this psychiatrist.
Oh boy. Oh, what a fro. Wait, I'm stupid. What do you? Okay, cool.
Sorry to
Did
hit
you
you
have
with a
it-
jump scare right there.
Did you have it paused or something?
She might have had it paused, or either that, or she had it in like picture-in-picture mode, or something like that.
Or maybe she just pulled a Nick and was an idiot. Because you are what you eat.
It was paused. I mean, that's not funny.
The beginning of the video, that was Kendra Hilty. Kendra Hilty fell in love with her psychiatrist. Now you're probably wondering, you mean her therapist? No, I mean the person that prescribes her medication because the psychiatrist was listening to her. So I'm just gonna point this out. I don't think she's misguided or emotionally messy. I think she's dangerous. I've watched the entire 19-part series now. It
19
was 19
parts.
parts. It was very long. It was very long. It
Wow.
goes from her giving him her first name, or more so, he allows her to say his first name. Is what I'm trying to say. Words, please. Can I get
Oh,
into my sentences?
sorry.
Thank goodness. Gee willikers. Oh my goodness. And then she gets deeply emotionally attached. She ends up going through boyfriends and all this other jazz. And then out of nowhere, she brings in Chat GPT. We're gonna go through the whole thing. So I want to point this out. This
I'm scared.
is what happens. I believe it's called a transference. It's a documented phenomenon in the therapeutic world. It's when your patient falls in love with the doctor. It's a little bit of an issue. Now, it feels like fan fiction. It feels like I was deep on book talk. That's what it feels like. Because this man was her psychiatrist, not a barista or an ex or somebody she matched with on Tinder. This is like somebody, her medical professional. And he set clear boundaries the entire time. Whole time. And what she did was accidentally dox the guy. She plain and simply doxed the guy. She laid down breadcrumbs so obvious that the internet easily pieced it together and figured out who the guy was. And that was malicious defamation on so many counts. So I'm just gonna play a few clips of her talking about it right now.
I booked a 90-minute intake,
It's
and I
Sniper
show
will
up to the
fall over
intake,
again.
and this man is my age,
Okay.
and I can't help but notice that he's pretty attractive, this psychiatrist. He just made me feel like I was his friend. He was really, really funny and cracked jokes and told me he was impressed with my running that I would do. And yeah, he said,
running.
I have to ask this because it's a special interest of mine, but is there any thoughts of harm? Like I was special to him. And I said,
That's not what special
no,
interest is.
no thoughts of harm. And he didn't ever ask me a clinical question again. That's when he really started turning up the intimacy in our appointments. However, he was really smart and knew the professional lines like the back of his hand. So he would comment on my appearance, but not compliment my appearance. So I would come on screen and he would say, oh, you curled your hair. Or I would
Which, by the way, yes, these appointments were over Zoom.
Yep.
come on screen and he would say, oh, you're wearing glasses. And of course I felt seen, and excited that he was noticing these things about me. I didn't realize at this time that he had feelings for me too. I thought I was holding them all by myself. January 2023, at this point I was full-blown obsessed with my psychiatrist, and my therapist wasn't helping me, my psychiatrist wasn't helping me, he was feeding it. And then I got a boyfriend, and at first my psychiatrist wasn't really that
just
keen,
being a nice
but
person.
then my
Yeah.
psychiatrist realized that my boyfriend was a lot like my psychiatrist. And then I started talking to my psychiatrist about my sex life.
Also, you know, because he's a
What?
psychiatrist. Yeah, that's yep.
Did
Also,
I?
yes,
Fucking what?
yeah. Also, he's a psychiatrist. You know, the people that help with your mental health, and you know, part of mental health is feeling good about yourself, and he's just
Doing his job.
doing his fucking job. Yeah.
About tracking my cycle using the fertility awareness method. And my psychiatrist loved it. He didn't never say, this isn't inappropriate to your care. And so
It's fucking crazy. Immediately,
even
yes.
though my boyfriend did not meet my needs,
It gets worse.
my psychiatrist and my therapist both were like, you have to stay with him. There's nothing wrong with him not meeting your needs. I'm like, okay. And my psychiatrist was like, he's perfect, don't get wrong with him. And what was perfect about him was he wasn't meeting my needs. So I was still coming to my psychiatrist looking for emotional validation, which he would drip to me slowly.
So her narrative, Kendra, her narrative leaks of self-centeredness and is dressed up as vulnerability. I dreamed about him during the full moon and told him he looked like he had dreamed it too. That's crazy. That's psychotic. That's delusion. That's deep delusion. There's a difference between processing emotion and projecting fantasy. And she's doing the latter with the passion of a theater major who discovered Lana Del Rey. That's what's going on. Just because your therapist made you feel seen doesn't mean he wanted you. That's literally his job. That's actively.
This screams that she either wasn't touched enough by her father or was touched too much by her father.
I can't believe you just fucking said that.
You're welcome.
That's genuinely his job. If you felt emotionally connected during sessions, it's not because he's in love with you, it's because he's trained to empathize and reflect compassion, and you craved it like a drug. The worst part, whole thing, is that she had a boyfriend, right? She had a genuine boyfriend, and she told her therapist about these feelings, and she blamed the therapist that my therapist was laughing at me the entire way through. The scariest part, this whole thing for me, is when she had been doing these psychiatric evaluations over Zoom calls. And later in the story, which I'm going to show right now.
Are you working from home? Because I was under the assumption that he was only doing telehealth. Okay. And he said, no, I come into the office. I was like, oh, why do you do that? If you see all of your patients telehealth. He's like, oh, I like it that way. And even though I could kind of tell he was lying, I just gaslit myself. I was like, okay, it's fine. And then I started emailing him.
Nothing's wrong.
My fun little emails, but he stops writing me back. He does not write back to my emails anymore. And I talked to the office manager.
Gee, I wonder why.
We really got along, we vibed. And the office manager asked me, do you see him, the psychiatrist, in person or on Zoom? And I felt so angry in that moment. I was like, he sees people in person? And she said, yeah, he has been for years. I was like, I want to see him in person. And I understand,
I'm in danger.
some people may think that this is part of my crash out or part of me harassing him, which is what I've gotten lots of accusations of. But I just would like to remind everyone that, of course, it seems that way. But I was just responding to a dynamic which my psychiatrist fostered. We have our first in-person appointment in November of 2024, and I did ask him for consent to come in person. I didn't show up, and he said sure. So while I was mid-crash out, I had just started using this tool, ChatGPT, and I went to Chat, who I immediately named Henry.
I'm done. Why are you done? Where are you going? Morgan! Morgan, don't leave me! Morgan! Morgan!
She is using goddamn AI to fucking harass this dude!
No, not to harass him. To help feed into her psychosis.
So harass!
I suppose. Inadvertently, yeah. She's like, Mr. ChatGPT, am I crazy for thinking this? And the robot was probably like, no, you're not crazy. Skin him. Wear his skin. He would want that. She said AI and Morgan said, nope.
I'm actually upset about this, and I don't know why.
Morgan's upset.
Oh my god, dude, this is so fucking dumb. Why would you believe what's on a screen from a robot that isn't even a physical being in any shape of the word?
You look at this woman's eyes and tell me that she's stable.
All I can see is her forehead.
Yeah. She does have a bit of a 5 head.
More like an 8 head.
Maybe. You could land a crop duster on that.
Who are we kidding? You could land an airliner.
36 head.
That sounds like a typical Friday night to me.
But yeah, no, she
Oh my god, dude. Oh.
yeah.
It doesn't even have a physical entity.
Yeah.
Like, if it was, like, a physical entity that you could have, like, a conversation with.
Oh yeah, that's right. Huh, babe? She's an ADHD coach.
What?
And she does horoscopes and shit. She's not too bright. I would land an AC 130 on that bitch.
Oh, shelf.
Yeah, no, she feels. I don't remember the whole story on the ADHD coach thing, but
Doesn't matter. She's out of business now.
I guess so. But I think she like did practices and exercises and stuff to get rid of ADHD, if I remember correctly.
Oh, no.
Not to deal with it, not to cope with it,
Oh,
to get rid of it.
I actually want to cry. This hurts my brain.
Yay, Alex chose a good topic.
Hey, Alex, you see this? Yeah, that's for you. Enjoy that. Sorry.
No, you're good.
And I went to chat, who I immediately named Henry. And I would just talk to Henry about how obsessed I was with this man, with my psychiatrist. And I would just be like, I've told him I have a crush on him. Do you think he's gay? And Henry was like, oh my God, this girl, you know, he did his best.
Nah, it was to cope with it, but like, you're welcome, Morgan. Okay, so I got that part wrong. I thought it was like to get rid of it. Like, I thought she was one of those like star child bitches that thinks that autism is fake and it's just radio waves.
She named it Henry!
Yeah, and then she talks as if it's a real person instead of saying like, oh, the bot said this, the bot said that, it.
And I guarantee you that she never asked it, am I crazy for blah, 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 blah?
Yeah.
You know, with actual truthful factoids.
Or she could have said, hey, during this conversation, I need you to affirm that I'm completely normal about this. And then went on with her conversation with the bot. With the clanger.
I hate this.
Yeah.
I hate every second.
I'm sure the psychiatrist feels the same way. This feels like a Reddit story personified. Absolutely.
I feel like I am the psychiatrist.
Yeah.
The stupid hurts.
Yeah.
I need my safe space. There's more.
Oh, yeah.
My nervous
She posted
system,
about this on Reddit too.
affirm my-
No!
He was like,
No! She posted about this on Reddit? Oh, shit! Like, am I the asshole for yada da 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 da? And everybody was like, you are the asshole. And she was like, Reddit is a bunch of virgins. Yo, I was right.
Watch none of this actually
Even my
happen.
Chat was like, yikes.
Oh, no. She
So I could-
she doxed her psychiatrist, and he responded to people talking to him as if this actually happened. So yeah.
Tell that my psychiatrist just liked me and my doctor, and I was like, okay, maybe I can name this dynamic so I don't have to carry so much.
Literally,
of
that
it
is exactly what happened. Yep.
in our next session. So our next session was in December on Zoom. And I told him at the end of the session, it was another great session. I told him, look, you and I have a really special patient-doctor relationship. And he glared at me with just venom in his eyes. And he said, you and I have a...
No, like, if I didn't know any better, this woman, the vibe that she's giving off,
It's psychotic.
yes, but also sounds like she would say something to the effect of, "Oh, you don't have the PTSD. All you need to do is shove a rose quartz up your hoo-ha on a full moon when the tide is high
While doing a handstand.
while doing a handstand." Yes, exactly.
She
professional
looks like she got
patient-doctor relationship.
she looks like she got hit with the ugly stick.
I think it's her glasses, cause it's the disproportionate, like, her eyes to the rest of her face. It feels
No.
like
No.
that's some Battlefield Easter egg.
No, it's not the glasses.
No?
It literally looks like she got hit in the face.
Because I feel like
repeatedly
if her
with
eyes
the ugly
were,
stick.
I feel like if her eyes were a little bit bigger, she would be semi-attractive. It's just for
Yeah,
me, it's the eyes. It's
Yeah, as of right now, she's not even semi-attractive. The semis run away from her.
yeah.
He was so angry with me.
So she ended up meeting him in
She looks like
person. She was
Ferb.
allowed to meet him in person.
She looks like Ferb from Phineas and Ferb. She wears those types of glasses because of the therapist. Because the therapist likes that kind. Yeah. It's just I was talking more about like the lenses. How some people have like inch thick lenses and it makes their eyes super duper tiny. That's more of what I was talking about. But yeah, Ferb. That's a good one. Nothing. Okay.
I just
This
want
is the
this
worst
over
part.
with.
Instead of
Okay.
confronting these intense feelings with honesty in a therapeutic setting, which again is the only ethical way to do this, she monetized it. She turned it into content. She leaned into voyeurism. That's what she did. She made it episodic, dramatic, hashtag friendly. That's what she did. That's the worst part of this to me, is that she made not 19 parts that I watched. Now it's on the internet. Now I'm going to talk about it. You've made your public life now you made your private life public. So now I'm going to talk about it. You can't really comment on the videos because
Oh.
people were ripping her to shreds. Genuinely ripping her to shreds. You clicked on any part of this. I'm going to go through the side
Oh,
story
yeah,
right
see?
here. Click on part one right here. Her to shreds. Genuinely ripping her to shreds. You clicked on any part of this.
See, she's a little attractive. She's okay without her glasses.
Yeah, but I'd still put a bag over her.
That is not the B word that I thought you were going to say.
I would put a bitch over her.
No. Bullet.
Oh. No, but I would add an extra hole too.
Okay then.
I'm going to go through the psych story right here. Click on part one right here. There are, you can't turn, the comments are off. You go to the next one, the comments are off. 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 I'll move my thing up. Hold up a second. Comments are turned off. We go down, comments are off. Comments are off. Comments are off.
I don't know if she's stopped seeing this guy, but I feel like if this dude was to be like, I can no longer see you, she would probably tell the nice reception lady don't come into work tomorrow. Which is probably why he's allowed it to go so far. This dude looks like he plays a mean saxophone. Hell yeah.
Yeah, he looks like R.J. Kenny I think that's his name.
R.J. Kenny?
Some jazz player.
School shooter vibes? Absolutely.
And I've seen people defend her despite the comments being turned off. Like, well, she's just expressing her truth. All right, let's roll back here. Let's roll
Her
back.
truth is bullshit! Thank you.
Truth without responsibility is just ego. It's an impulse, not a principle. And where your truth involves defaming someone who is illegally prohibited from defending themselves, it stops being brave and starts being cruel. You can talk about your feelings without destroying another person's life. Did you know that? You can tell your story without dragging someone else's name into the dirt. But Kendra,
Yeah. So, I really don't think that it's narcissism. I really don't think it's her trying to enact revenge on somebody who rejected her love. I really actually do think that she had some kind of a mental break, and she's trying to cope with it.
Or she purposely did all of this to gain clout. If I were her, I would sell t-shirts that would be like, I fell in love with my therapist, and then
all
I died.
And all I got was this lousy shirt.
Yeah.
I think she's just batshit and crazy. Possibly, yeah.
I
Very,
don't know.
very possibly.
It screams a lot of fucking bullshit.
Absolutely.
Like, my bullshit meter is...
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the noise my bullshit meter makes.
I think you need to get that checked.
Yeah, well, my car's still in the shop, so...